Uh-oh. Got it.
It comes out so different over there.
I know, because of the lighting.
And you can see so much better over here.
I know.
Hello. All right. We are looking good.
Welcome to Date Night with the LUNAS here on BFAM 109.6. What too much to talk about. So we have our SDC members who are caught up on some of our adventures. So if you hear things that duplicate from last week, it's because we're explaining to our BFAMs 109.6 fans who are live streaming on Facebook and YouTube.
So I'm going to go ahead and start off with, because I announced it earlier today, we're doing a contest till midnight. If you go to sexpositiveme.com, you sign up for our newsletter. Put your email address in. We promise we will only mail you once a week in the newsletter. We never sell your information, nothing. You go into a drawing, and we're giving away a kink crate. If you don't know what a kink crate is, go to kinkcrate.com. Every month, it's basically a box full of kink, whether it's pony play or there's bondage ones, there's rope ones, there's...
Yeah, it's been an assortment. So if you actually go and look on our website, we have a direct link. We also have plenty of YouTube videos talking about Kink Crate and all the fun stuff they do send, such as John's favorite coconut rope, which,
I torture her with, but she won't let me come within 5 feet. She leaves the house.
I do.
When I break out the coconut rope.
But also with medical play, because they sent you a nice little medical play kit too.
Yeah, medical play. I have a speculum now.
So please explain medical play to all our audience members.
Medical play. I get to play doctor. So yes, there are...
A sadistic doctor sometimes.
Yes. I play with needles. I play with... something called urethral sounds. I will go ahead and basically play doctor on women and men.
But they also play doctor on you when they do the infusion. It's like, and then your scrotum goes.
That is, I'm finding out that's a really rare thing, because it
really
very rare.
As much as you do it, it's just, you make it sound like, oh, a lot of people do it, like sounding.
I'm finding out, sounding, when I started about, over 15 years ago is when I got my first sounding kit. I had never heard of it, but online. And it wasn't like it was a website. It wasn't even, this is pre.
Do we even have a video on sounding on YouTube?
I don't know if we do.
I don't even know.
But we need to go ahead and get those videos back up.
Yes.
We need to make videos on sounding, and I'd love to make a video on infusion. I just need to go ahead and have some time, which I can do that tonight.
I thought we had other plans tonight.
We do have other plans tonight, because you need to get roped up, tied up, and other stuff.
Yes. Element should get tied up again.
I've been wanting to tie you up.
I know. At least I got fire cup last week. That was really nice. That is so good. It's like the medical benefits are not scientifically proven, but for me it is.
They are 100%.
We did with with the ASN owners. We did do the fire cupping, and he did feel
his sugar dropped.
His sugar dropped tremendously, and he's like, "Whoa." And I'm like, yes, that's how I keep it balanced, once a month. Maybe I should up it to once a week. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give a quick shout out right now to Fairfield University, because they are sponsoring us.
Oh, yes, they are.
Fairfield University has a whole bunch of classes. We teach for them monthly. We have 2 classes coming up. Shocktober is in October.
Right.
And then we're going to be doing another class on navigating
bisexuality
coming up.
Yes.
But I believe Debbie Lee is also doing one on oral arts.
I think so.
So if you're interested, go to fairvilla.com, or just check our website and then click on the Fairvilla link. It'll show you the schedule for all the classes. And they do them right now over Zoom. So you can do it from the comfort of your home, and you get the recording.
We'd like to know where everyone's coming from SDC, because we're always get excited on seeing where our reach is. What is your website? Sexpositiveme.com. Exactly the same name you see here. It's just put a
.com. Add the .com at the end.
Just a .com at the end. Nemo too. It's like, I think he was here last week too. Yes.
I love the reoccurring.
Yes, and I love the question. Oh, thanks. Hello from Colombia. Oh, our Colombia folks. Hola. Don't make me spell. No escribo. No escribo. Hablo. No escribo. Kind of deal. Yeah. So I know it's going to be a little bit repeat, but
we should probably do, because again, this is big changes.
A lot of changes.
It's been a lot of changes in our life over the last few weeks.
Yep.
Good changes.
Positive
hopefully. Changes. and I'll let you tell it.
What?
I was just reaffirming that they're good changes, and I'm
Okay. So for the BFAM audience, if you've been following the story, yes, I did meet up with Connecticut boy whose name is Alberto. And this little unicorn is the representation of Alberto because he actually bought it for me as a reminder of our trip. Yeah, it went a little bit, how can I say, from play date to relationship, really hot and fast and quick within the 3 days. So that was very unexpected, and especially for me, which I caught everybody off guard, literally. Miss Emotional Non-Commitment Girl here. And very quickly. So it was pretty intense, to say the least, but fun. It was fun.
So you went up to Boston.
Right.
You spent a few days up in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you've come back, and how are you feeling about
it? Still giddy, butterflies in the stomach, but it did when we were talking, and my head was spinning quite a bit because I'm like, this does not happen to me at all. It's like John knows it. He's known me for how many years and dating, and I've never gotten an emotional attachment to any of the guys I date, even like to Drew and CJ. Like, no, it's like
those are playmates.
Those are playmates. Those are just, let's get together, have drinks, have sex. That's it. This guy, everything checked off, head over heels. Both of us, we both exchanged the I love yous, which was like so fucking bizarre in so many different ways for me, because I'm like, I've never said any romantic I love yous to another guy other than John. I mean, yeah, I'll say it to like Drew, but it's like, it's a friend, I love you as a friend, but even that, I don't even think I say that.
I don't hear you say I love you to anyone but me, our daughter,
right? Parents,
but that's always shortened to love ya. It's a short version of that.
Yeah. Well, and even our besties, we're good friends. Like, I say, hey, love you too. I love you, girl. Love you, girl. It's like, it's just the friendship kind of love you. And this was the actual romantic, passionate, intense feelings. And I'm like, what the fuck? He left me spinning. And the only blessing was that he was also feeling the same way. He was just as dazed and confused about what was happening. Because, emotionally, mentally, intellectually, physically, everything was just clicking. And I was just like, this don't happen to me. I mean, and even when I came back and I told people I came back with a boyfriend, they're like, this don't happen to you. I mean, it's like...
Little recap for those of you just joining us. Someone asked how am I feeling?
Right.
It took me a little while to settle into this. I'm good with it now.
So we're both processing.
Yeah, we both needed time to process, because again, I have been in the swinger lifestyle for over 13 years.
I've been 25 plus.
And it has always been friends with benefits. It's always been playing. Mm-hmm. And the truth is, after the weekend's over, or after an event's over, we do talk to them, but it will be both of us talking. It'll usually be like hey, we hope to see you next year, or maybe next weekend, or let's do some other stuff. And then it ends, and that's it.
Right, not in New Orleans.
Right. There's a few people where we've chatted with. We want to meet up at other events. We go to a lot of events each year. It took me a long time to really process that my wife has a boyfriend.
The fact that Angelique has a boyfriend is everyone's processing it.
Well, it's two parts to it.
Okay.
It's the first time I've experienced, but I'm very aware of it. I have many poly friends. Mm-hmm. I'm not involved with them in any romantic kind of way, but I have many poly friends. What threw me head over heels over more was the fact that you were doing it. And it kind of threw me into the, what?
Beyond, I'm the... what do you call it, poster child of no emotional commitment. It's just sex. That's it. I don't get attached. I mean, yeah, okay, so we have friends, that's it. Since day one, honestly, since day one of our relationship, it's like, nope. But if you wanted to, okay, that's fine, because we knew,
you always gave me permission.
We always knew that John would be the one who would get emotionally attached to somebody else. Seriously, it was in the stars, because here's the funny part. He's more emotional than I am. Some people have called me an ice queen when it comes to like emotions, that I'm like, I know how to cut ties. I'm like, whatever. Well, yeah.
You got to remember, we've had like people over our house, singles to play with, and we're sitting out drinking and stuff. And she's the one to go, so we going to fuck or not? Which either makes the guy or girl very much yes, or scares them away. Because
I'm straight to the point. It's like, look, it's just sex. Let's go have fun. Let's go out. You know, it's like, hey, are we going to the movies or not? That's what it boils down to. That's it. And like I said, this situation is so out of left field, even out of my wheelhouse. Like, I am going down my Rolodex of filing cabinets of all the sugar daddies I've dated, all the relationships I've had for the last 25 plus years. Okay. So I've been sugar dating like for 25 years. So
sugar dating?
That's what it's called.
That's
okay. You know, when you're sugar babies, sugar daddies, it's
sugar dating.
It's sugar dating.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. So yeah, you could Google it, sugar dating.
Well, I learned that one. I also learned about a Splendid Daddy.
Yeah, Splendid Daddy. So yeah, because he is technically a Splendid Daddy, but you know, I know where to cut off the emotions. I know where to cut off the girlfriend experience. That this is what you're looking for. You're looking for that love and affection, that attention, and that's it. It's just during that time, that girlfriend experience. And once the date is done, it's done. Don't have to continue. Don't have to, you know, talk. It's like next time you're in town or next time you want to go out, then yeah, for sure.
Hello, Punta Gorda.
Punta Gorda. Yeah, you know, totally. But
now that opened up, of course, questions for me like, what else is changing? And our life, it really isn't. It's the same thing. We are still having our business. We are still as far as I know, we go out with other partners. We're going to swinger events. We're playing. We're doing our normal stuff.
Right.
It's us together. It's a boyfriend.
He's a bonus.
He's just a boy. I'm not even going to say a boyfriend on the side. He's a boyfriend. Period.
Yes.
Period.
He's an addition to our relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank God we did not get that storm. Oh yes, totally on that part. And you know, thoughts and prayers for everyone who got affected by Hurricane Ida, which I'm still trying to do research if New Orleans is cursed, because every August 29th they almost get a hurricane.
It's like the third one, fourth.
The third, yeah, something like that. So I want to see that. So I mean, I know I have NRE, new relationship experience.
You are handling it very well.
Yes, and I'm being very mindful of it. It's like, I haven't changed my behavior or treatment in regards to John. It's been still the same, still sexy, babe, very affectionate, as always, cuddly. You know, nothing has changed.
If anything, at times it's gone up. It's wavered a bit during this.
It has, because as I know from our past fights and challenges in our relationships, you just need that reassurance.
I do.
His name is Alberto. Thank you for my little unicorn. So it's representative of my boyfriend. He got it for me. So
we love your unicorn. And so what's going on forward? Is he calling you every day?
Honestly, with Alberto, we haven't changed our communication styles, because it's still text and voice messages through WhatsApp. Haven't really talked to him on the phone. Haven't processed with him, but that's him per se. I'm giving him time to figure out what's going on. It's right now the biggest challenge is the complication of the relationship, and I think he's having challenges in regards to that. Mostly because the long distance. He's up in Connecticut. I'm down here. He's still married, and the wife doesn't know, and has 2 daughters. Or sons. I'm sorry, sons. 2 sons. So it's a hot mess for him. For me, it's clean cut. It's out in the open. Everyone I've talked to, they're happy about it. You know, I talk about it with all my friends. Even Drew, my playmate, we had the discussion. I thought he was going to handle it differently, but he didn't. He was like super excited for me. He says, "That's the happiest I've seen you in a long time. I'm so happy for you." And he was very gracious, and now he's asking for another road trip. I'm like, Joe, it's like, seriously.
Well, you're getting a lot of offers coming in.
I know. It's like, I gotta balance my time, because I mean, honestly, I think this is me playing catch up from all your adventures, because you gone to Pig Week for a week, then you gone on other little mini trips to other locations.
I've done mini trips.
Yeah, I haven't done any of this.
No. I'm with you. Over the years, I did take time to explore my bisexuality alone, and I went to hotels and gay resorts, and you gave me time to check that out. And occasionally I go, and occasionally, yes, if there's nothing, we do go separately. I mean, for business, we've traveled apart.
Right.
It's nothing like I feel I'm happy for you. I mean,
right.
Traveling is a great thing. Go for it.
Right.
So I'm good with that one. I don't know. Like I said, it's nothing. It's, I'm glad that you're seeing him. You've handled your NRE extremely well. I talk about this all the time. I see it all the time. It is, of course, different when it happens to you. Right. And just took me a little bit to get adjusted to, but we've gotten to a point where we can, and this is important, to talk about this openly. Like, his name is not don't bring it up. When I bring it up, you don't get defensive of oh, you're checking in on him. No, it is, if he's going to be part of this, we talk about him. Right. And that has made it much easier.
Right. And it's not anything I could say it's uncomfortable. I mean, because you've offered, it's hey, what's going on, And right now we're at a standstill of what is happening, because he's starting a new job. So he's transitioning from an old job that he's had for 20 some odd years to a clean slate, brand new job. So we don't know what his travel schedules are going to be, what's the opportunities. And, and as anyone who starts a new job, the first month, you're just trying to figure out, what the hell am I doing? What's my role? Who do I report to? It's going to be intense time, so I'm anticipating less communication from him in regards to that. And I'm okay, let's see what happens in regards to it. Let's see.
Thank you.
Say it out loud.
Thank you. I'm wondering because I want my wife to have a boyfriend. She's into black men. She says she's not sure, but I'm pretty sure she'd like it.
I'll be honest, it's different. It's hard. I did not, and I will repeat this to the dying day, never ever expected to have a boyfriend. Never.
I expected to have several before her.
Exactly. I mean, if this was a Vegas betting pool, it's money
you just hit 100 to 1 odds. That
exactly.
Get it first.
Yeah, because I want it. And you have to make sure, if want your wife to have a boyfriend, they have all those connections that she's looking for and needing.
Well, going over definitions, I mean, I have playmates, you have playmates.
Right.
These are people that we will call friends. But what's the difference between what we would call friends with benefits versus a boyfriend? Well,
or
friends with benefit, or girlfriend, or whatever.
A relationship with. And
yes, we've crossed over, and this is a poly relationship as opposed to what we have with our friends that we consider more play with.
Yeah, it's complicated poly.
It is. But essentially, I have friends that if I miss their birthdays, it's oh, okay, but they have plenty of other friends, or they have usually have a primary partner. It's a lot less emotional.
It's just a fuck. Exactly like you said, Memo, too.
Yes, it might be a fuck. And truthfully, one of them had a family member die. I'll send my condolences, but I'm not going to the funeral and meeting the whole family.
Right. We can't. It's
as opposed to if it was, again, a more complicated relationship, in that things might be different.
Right. I know holidays are totally out. Yeah.
Friends who you fuck, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Holidays between me and Alberto, totally out. October is my birthday, so let's see what happens. Maybe we'll see each other, because right now I've just, have in my mind, because he started a new job, that we won't see each other in September. Because ideally I would like to see him once a month. However it is, if I fly up to the Northeast or he comes down here, whatever, or wherever in the world we could go, that's fine. But again, it's still brand new. It's a new concept altogether for me because, like I said, was never, ever, ever, ever in my wheelhouse. Ever. Never.
And I've settled into the point of supporting her in this. So I very much support her, and there will never be. I mean, if I feel lonely, of course, we express those feelings. We communicate. But it's if she wants to go and gets an opportunity to go see him and have to fly across the country, my honest response is go. I'll be okay. I know you're coming back. You're never. I know you're not leaving me.
No.
So
yeah, I'm not, and I think that's problem with probably one of the complications with Alberto is you, because this is all new to him. Polyamory, that's just what is it. It's like she could be in love with two guys and not give up, and it's like I said, he's a little bit more, probably more head fucked in the sense. I mean, it is, because I think it's different. And it's like we've talked about this, we've learned this, we know friends, we've got established in poly relationships. I mean, a lot of our good poly friends have been together for 15 plus years.
Yeah.
Like
raise kids. While others are just, again, more younger in their 30s.
But still, it's like that. I mean, one of the questions in SDC, it's like, you fuck them a lot, don't you develop any feelings? All depends. It really depends on the feelings and the emotions that you're allowing, because it's one of my friends, one of my therapist friends actually said, it's like, you became vulnerable and you've grown. And I'm like, fuck you. It's like, I didn't want to hear that I was actually vulnerable and I grew. And sometimes it does, but I mean, I've been with Drew. Well, okay, according to Drew, he's keeping score. We started having sex in December of 2020, okay? I didn't realize this. I thought it was 2 years ago, but no, it's just...
Is that COVID mind?
I think it's that COVID mind, but yeah, no, Drew actually kept track. I'm like, oh, great. This is pathetic, Drew. I can't believe it. But I've been friends with Drew as long as I've been married to you. We've been together 11 years. Yeah, and then CJ, I've known since I worked my days at Disney, which was 25 years ago. We've been friends, and yes, I care dearly about him, and we know about each other's drama and families. We've gone through both our divorces. He's yet to remarry, but yet it's like we could never work as a relationship because I'm too much, according to him, like a diva princess, and he's a simpleton. And
that's not meant in an insulting way.
No.
He just enjoys a simple life.
He does. He like hangs out at a pub, watches a soccer game.
He enjoys that.
That's simple.
You enjoy traveling all over the place like me.
But I like growing and learning things. He's still a bellman.
And he likes his job, and he likes that repetition.
Right. And
all I'm saying is it's not an insult. This is the life he wants, and he knows it.
He chose it.
So that's fine. It just doesn't fit into what either one of us want.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a whirlwind roller coaster ride kind of girl. Like, hang on for your life and let's go for it. Let's have some adventures. I mean, you of all people know that. You survived. At least I'm not like my mother trying to kill you.
Sometimes holding on. But it's completely new for us. We're just taking it one day at a time. Right now, everything's good. Again, there's a lot of emotions on the line. We've been together 11 years. Mm-hmm. We've raised. I brought on. You came with baggage. I took over payments, so I have a stepdaughter, but she's as much my daughter as I could imagine.
Right, exactly.
It's just as much pain in the ass as I could imagine any other daughter being.
Right, and
love her.
Like I said, he technically comes with his own kids, and it's like, for me, at this stage of our lives, I like the freedom of not having that responsibility, and he does have that responsibility.
Yes, for a few more years.
Yeah, a few more years. So, I mean...
But the truth is, you're thinking long-term on this.
I do.
Thinking long-term for you is not...
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing at all.
No, the only thing she plans long-term are cruises and vacations and concerts. That is the only thing.
Are coming September 14th.
That is the only thing she thinks long-term on. Nothing else. So the fact that you brought up the term, the phrase that it would be nice one day, the three of us living together.
Correct.
And I think that's one of the ones that just, I had to go ahead and go, okay, and then walk in the other room, sit down, and like, I need to think about this for a while.
Well, I think the other one that you had to think about is that when I told you that we both exchanges I love yous, that was another
That was
one.
another one.
That was another one that you had to, like,
I'll be honest, the one that really got me, you cried at the airport when you had to leave him.
Yes, I did. I know I'm not again, non-emotional ice queen girl here, and I had to put like a very sad, depressing movie on the flight so that way it could justify me crying on the flight.
You don't get it. When she goes ice queen, I get scared. I'm the dom in the relationship usually, but when she goes this ice queen look, I realized all the emotions are turned off and just stay out of the way. It's like, yeah.
I mean, even our child, when she sees that look, she runs. She knows the shit's about to hit the fan.
So those three things are ones that definitely had to. I needed time to process. Again, this is new, and the thing is, like I said, we talk to couples a lot who are just getting into swinging, and we've talked with many couples, coaching wise, of those getting into poly. And like I said, we've had an open relationship. It's not that the option wasn't there for either one of us to take this leap. It's just neither one of us really expected it to be her.
Exactly, including me. But you're also going to check in with our therapist to just.
I am. I have an appointment.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on an appointment, but it'll be after our travels.
Right. Right, because we still believe in mental health and we still balance. And I mean, as much as we love you folks for tuning in and listening to our adventures, we also still take our mental health as a priority. And this is major changes.
I will say the thing is, and I don't want to insult when I say the word vanilla couples, but for most couples out there, in at least America, I know, one partner is usually wanting more sex than the other. This is just a norm that every therapist out there will tell you. And one couple needs to, one part of a relationship tunes it back. That's whether the other person just doesn't have the sex drive or they're using it as a manipulation chip, which does happen. We live a life where sex is not held. On top of that, I could call and with rare occasion, find a friend to have sex with, great sex with, kinky sex that I like within a few days. And you could do the same. And it's as simple as, hey, we doing something on the calendar on Thursday? No. Okay. I'm going out with so-and-so on a date and whatever. So once you remove sex as that driving force, that motivation in a relationship to get another partner, because I know when you're monogamous and the idea of bringing another partner, it's like, oh, another sex. And that's why a lot of people think about that. It's more sex. Yeah. For us, it's never been sex because sex is not something either one of us want.
Yeah, we want it.
We want it. Believe me, we're always looking for partners.
Yes, and partners. It's just like we've never used sex as a bargaining chip, like a lot of vanilla relationships does. And I know, like, one of the things, like, I like really question Alberto was, it's like, are you sure this is what you want? You know, because I understand like the whole girlfriend experience because he is in an affectionless marriage. So no touching, no affection, nothing. And I can't do that. I go crazy in that because I'm always touchy-feely, grabbing.
Even when she's mad at me, she grabs my ass.
Exactly. I could be so beyond pissed off and I'll still touch him in some affectionate way. It's just my nature. And that's where I was asking the whole NRE with him. Is it because I'm an affectionist, because I'm very emotional or very sexual? And it's just, no, he also mentioned the other stuff like this that we get along with, the what do you call it? The intellectual conversations, the drive, we have my own business and I'm doing all the tarot readings. And so there was more to it. So that's why I had to double check. It's because I know some guys that could be a major factor to fall in love with someone is someone showed me attention.
You're definitely a motivated entrepreneur, but we're at a halfway mark. We're going to skip the music, but I do want to go ahead and just put a little spot out there for the Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. Again, they're sponsoring this next half. We've gone through 3 years now. 3 years now. 3 years for me of hormone therapy, and it has changed my life. Angelique is actually now training for a half marathon. Yep,
Disney half marathon, Wine and Dine, November 7th. Woohoo!
Which is changing from her 3.5 years ago, you had
neck surgery.
Neck surgery, and basically I waited on her hand and foot for a month.
Yeah, that was a lot. So for me, and then my heels. Remember my 3-inch heels? Now I could wear those.
She couldn't even go to concerts.
No, I couldn't go to concerts.
Because the vibration from the bass vibrated her neck, and it would cause her too much pain. So again, if you're interested and you're around that area, go to our website, sexpositiveme.com, click on the sponsors link, and check out Florida Center of Hormones and Wellness. We've done a documentary.
Yeah, documentary.
On parts of it. We have more coming out hopefully soon, but we're working on the editing and 30 other things at once. So I just wanted to mention them. So I know we skipped all the music. Coming back. Sorry. Do we want to talk about the question we got? Or do we have more to talk about with us?
With us? Well, let's see. Well, I went out on a date with Drew. And so that, but that's, I already talked that with what was going on with Alberto. Like I said, he handled it much better than I thought. And we went out to NNN's, Nate and Nandine's party over at downtown Clandestino.
Clandestino is the best way I can pronounce it.
Clandestino, yeah. It's like if you follow NNN events there, I know we post often about their speed dating, like when we're going to attend. It's such a fun night there. Dancing, we had a great time. Meeting with other swingers and talking. But one thing I did get annoyed, and please, for any other of your listeners out there, when you're flirting with someone or trying to introduce, do not put the hands of jaws on somebody to get their attention and then come up with some excuse that you were trying to get away from this other couple and trying to distract them while you're trying to bump and grind.
Let me break it down.
You break it down.
Instead of doing the normal, we're talking, and when I talk with a swinger, I'll ask if it's okay, and usually I'll brush, maybe I'll hold their hand, I'll do stuff to feel a new partner out, to make sure they're receptive to it.
Shake their hand.
This person grabbed her here
and close to the neck and just clawed.
Now, you never know someone else's injury, which I know chances are 90% of the time you're fine. But someone came up to her a few months ago, grabbed her on the neck and squeezed it, and she was out of it for 48 hours. Yeah. We had to go home. She couldn't. Yeah. You never know what someone's surgeries are. Feel it out. Don't just walk over and smack them on the back and say hello, because you never.
Well, just grab. And then they expected us to, they were flirting across the way. I was making eye contact, and I was like, okay, they're kind of cute little couple and everything. But once he did that, you fucked it.
That was the end.
That was the end. And then it's like John was going to go to the bathroom and was going to leave me right there. I'm like, no. Thank God Doc was there from the Florida Center of Hormones and Wellness. He's also now official, a swinger, but we just say Doc. Oh, that's a shh.
We don't talk about that.
I just say Doc. Okay, it's just Doc. Okay.
You said Doc, and then you made the connection.
Okay, fine.
Anyway.
Remember, never heard it. Sorry, that was my bad, because that was my safety shield. It's just like, I don't want to be left alone with somebody that I, at that point, would consider as a predator, because they weren't gentle.
Were rough.
They were very rough.
And that wasn't cool.
Yeah. And if we discussed and negotiated how I like to be handled, then that would be a different story. But just as your first impression, just grab my shoulder like that and laugh and giggle and think that's funny. No, bad. So remember.
People still need to learn boundaries. Just because you're in a swinger environment, you need to go ahead and have your boundaries. Just
respect.
Yes,
respect. Just because we're like showing off all our goods in an environment that we supposed to be, quote unquote, feel safe, it does not give you permission to just go and grab out of a shopping cart. Nope.
So we actually got a question this week, and we're going to post it anonymously, of course, talk about it with their permission. Basically, someone's in a relationship and their partner is not very sexual.
Nope.
Or has become unsexual. And the question we got is, how do you encourage sexual change in your partner? And they made it clear that they're not interested in leaving them. They're not interested in ending the relationship. They just want to see if they can nudge them in the right direction. One of the first things you need to do, and we'll go ahead and say whether it's you're interested in swinging, and your partner, you want to see if your partner's open to this. Again, you can never force someone to do something like that. Or you're just in a vanilla monogamous relationship and you want more sex, or maybe you want to explore BDSM or something. Maybe have a
you just want to
threesome.
spice it up. Just a little change out of the monotonous routine, which I totally understand.
Yeah.
That's why we have on our webpage resources of checklist, the yes, no, maybe list, the negotiation list, to find out what is it that may intrigue you, what might caught your interest, and what you want to explore with your partner.
But even before that, the one thing you need to do is make them feel secure.
Yes.
You need to go ahead and say, I'm not doing this because I'm leaving you. I'm not doing this because you're not enough. It's not that you're making me unhappy. You need to convey to them. And again, if it's a partner that is supportive of you, this is something I want to explore and I want to do it with you.
You just want to reassure them that it's not bad what you're looking for. It is just like you just want a different type of pizza. Instead of a pepperoni pizza, let's go for a super supreme that has some vegetables, a little bit more sausage, a little bit more like tomatoes, something extra. It's
something
not
different.
Yeah, something different, because we're not all going to keep eating like a cheese and pepperoni pizza for the rest of our lives. I know some children may think that, but that's kids.
Well, I know there's some gamers I work with that would love that.
Oh, no, those gamers eat like nothing but Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets is a food group.
Yes, it's not a food group.
It's a...
Okay, so, anyways, for the techie guys.
First things first is obviously make your partner feel secure in what you're doing on. Don't pressure them. I mean, they need to be able to talk about it. And if they're not interested in something, my suggestion is to explore the reasons why. What I mean is, if let's say, and you want to have a threesome, and your partner, male or female, is not interested, they're like, no, I would never do that, da, da, da. Okay, I know you're not interested in it. Why? Is it an insecurity to say that you think I'm going to leave you? Is it because, growing up, you were very religious and good people don't do that? Or find out the reason why. Or is it just scared that the person might be more attractive?
Or do
might
something
have a
better.
bigger unit, or might be able to, find out all those reasons why, if they're open to sharing it. Again, you can't force anything, but at least that opens the conversation of why you want to do something, and then you may have to leave it. I mean, this is something that may take patience.
Right. And also do your research. Do your research why you want to do this, personally. Why do you want to explore having a threesome, or explore BDSM, or explore a different activity? Why is it? So that way you could have a logical conversation, not so much of a heated emotional conversation saying it's like, well, you don't love me anymore, you're so bored of me. Or it's like, oh God, let's come down to all the insecurity shout outs, as I like to say it, because we always think negative before thinking, okay, there has to be a reason why.
Well, I will say this is obviously, I've said it before, our second marriage. I was in my first marriage where I would go a length of time without having sex. What's a length of time? Hold on. No, but during it.
Okay.
A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And every time I brought up sex, I would get yelled at saying that's all you ever talk about is sex. And it was bullshit. The reason it was her way to immediately shut me down for another week. And the truth is, we never actually talked about sex, because every time I brought it up, all you want is sex. Sex is natural. Sex is human.
Yes.
There are people who don't like sex, or only like sex under certain circumstances, which is also fine. But you need to find the person you're compatible with. If you need to have sex every day in order to function, in order to do work, and in order to be happy, you probably don't want to go ahead and be with someone who likes to have sex once a month
or once a year.
Yeah, which does exist.
Yeah, it's like I can't understand. But then after doing this like for 10 years, like sex and relationships, that a lot of factors come into play. Medications could change your body changing. I know with women, it is the menopause. Gaining weight. I mean, COVID has really thrown a yo-yo on a lot of people. Like, some people have gained weight, other people lost weight. I mean, it is so many things. It's like, I remember, the question, remember in Naughty in New Orleans,
Which question?
When we were talking in relationship flavors was, how can I handle my partner having more sex with another person? It's like,
Yes. Okay. Yes.
yeah, it's like, how can I deal with that? And it's just like, you have to really look at all the outside contributors, because they were only focused on the sexual aspects, but never focused on time with the kids, your work, you're too tired, all the stress level, how are you balancing it? And then once I put all those factors in, and they're like, oh,
they are spending 90% of the time with you, but the 10% they're not spending with you, yes, they are having sex, because in that case, it wasn't an emotional relationship.
no,
It was a sexual relationship. I am not hanging out with some of my partners to discuss my finances or what next car I'm going to buy. I'm there to go ahead and get kinky and fuck.
right? Yeah, because you also just recently saw Anne, and you actually discussed the situation with Anne, but you also had playtime with Anne.
I did. Yeah, it was one of those with Anne. I did have to go ahead, and it was definitely on my mind.
Yeah.
And in my post, people knew something was different, and I posted we were going through changes. So again, I updated her on our life, because she's also you two have talked several times.
Right. I know we're going to our birthday party next weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then my birthday party should be coming up soon.
It's falling through the cracks.
I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that.
I want to imagine it's going to be an orgy of fantasticness.
Because some of the people I talked to, it's the COVID. I'm like, hey, COVID. And then I had one of my friends' father passed away from COVID. So I'm like this COVID anger mode in a minute. So that's why I'm just trying to focus on, the fun stuff. So you're talking to Anne.
Funny stuff. For my birthday for the last 4 years, we go to Sex Down South. First year, I'm like, okay, I'm fine. Don't need a big deal. Now you become familiar, you make friends. The first year is, okay, we're going to do something for my birthday, right? Someone announces their engagement. Takes shit out of it. Cool. Next year, though, we're going to make it happen. Apparently, someone announced that they were pregnant. Coming on now, I'm like, don't steal my thunder. No.
And last year it didn't happen. Thunder. Yeah, I know you want a little thunder. You want a little thunder down under.
But we do have traveling coming up.
Yeah.
We have, and it's the last of it for a little while. It's
maybe, possibly so.
Sex Down South.
Right.
Which is going to be in Atlanta. We are going to be up there for that. And then we're also going to be going to Miami.
For Exotica. So all your South Florida folks, come see us at Exotica. Friday night, they have free ladies' night. So great for couples.
And if we plan it right, Saturday night, we want to hit trapeze and we want to meet people.
Yes.
So if you're in the South Florida area, if you're a couple, if you want to go ahead and hang out for trapeze, please let us know. We're inviting all our friends, and let's go have a fun time over at trapeze.
Mm-hmm. So that will be September 18th. Saturday night we'll be at Trapeze there.
Just check out Exotica. We're going to be doing presentations and vending down there as well.
We'll be selling our towels. We don't have any right now to show.
I have towels. They're right over there.
Oh yeah, but it's like next time. So for next broadcast, we'll show you the towels we'll be selling.
Yes, they're
kind of deal. And then we'll be answering questions at the booth too. So we have a little booth, little table where Sex Positive Me. John just finished the designs and sent it out to the printer, right, John?
You still need to check them.
You didn't tell me I needed to check them. I just trust you and send it.
The joy of being in business with the person you love.
Yes.
And it's also a sex business.
It's a sex business, of course.
Complicate anything.
No, not at all there. So hopefully, I still need to tell a couple more people that we'll be down in Miami. So it'll be fun.
But we want to see our Miami people. We love our Miami people. It is such a nice vibe down there. Your traffic sucks.
Cuban coffee.
Your food's amazing. The people I love. The traffic down there sucks ass.
Well, yeah, that's why we're never moving to Miami. It's like we just get to go and visit. It's just like I like that. Let's see what else is going on.
But okay.
But then we still don't know about Pig Week. If you're still,
I don't know if I'm going or not.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know what's going on, which is also in Fort Lauderdale, which is another event that may or may not happen. We're hoping it is, but we'll see. But otherwise, that closes out our year.
Yeah.
Or you may or may not be somewhere else. I know you got invited to do something.
Yeah, I got invited to do a podcast, a podcast conference that I was going to talk at, but they scheduled me on like the last slot on the last day,
Sunday morning.
And if anyone knows me, I'm not a morning person. So I'm like, great.
You can't skip out on your own class.
I know. That's
you
why
can't show up with a hangover either.
I know. That's why I'm like thinking I might as well just cancel it, because it's like I'd rather use that money for something else. You know, because it's in October, and I'm a psychic medium. So if any of you need like a tarot reader or a fortune teller for your party, hit me up. I will be more than happy to do that.
If you're available.
If I'm available.
Most of
I know.
already.
But see, if I cancel that trip, then that whole weekend is free for me to work.
But
that's the thing.
I do very much have been enjoying your new dresses for tarot.
Yeah.
They're cute, sexy, and show some ass and cleavage.
Yeah. They do. And people love it. They love the costumes. I need to get some more. So
you look adorable.
I know. I try to. And then my new corset I got from New Orleans, it's almost paid off at this point.
Your corset's almost paid off. Have you ever thought of saying something like that?
I'm worth it. I'm worth every penny of that corset. I love it. It's like corsets do get expensive.
Yes.
And I think I kind of justify, because last year I didn't buy anything because there was nothing to buy.
Do you know what I think we need to buy next year?
What?
The boobs.
The boobs.
The boobs.
I have to see. I'll see about the boobs there. But yes, if anytime. Oh, and the big thing, September, Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes.
Whole month. We're going to try to get there when we're not traveling.
Starting this Saturday, we're going to be at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Orlando.
Yes.
It is a great, fun place to go hang out at night, and it's even funner to do with a bunch of swingers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially, with a scaredy cat that's just screaming and running. And yeah.
She actually ripped my clothes off one year, and that was completely non-sexual. I
had help too. We had our daughter.
The rest of the night, though, she was feeling me up. But no. We went in. She's grabbing my shirt like this. Someone scared. Rip. So she disrobed me in public. And then I had to walk around a theme park the whole night without a shirt on. And you were cuddling a lot.
I was scared shitless. And I hate the little purge area that they have. They come chasing after your ass. Like,
you just don't like the chainsaws.
No, I don't. I don't. But you enjoy it because I actually get scared, and that's your enjoyment, because your previous ex-wife ruined it for you.
I enjoy all of it, but the clowns, I want to say that I am not a clown person.
Santa clowns.
They're scary as fuck sometimes, which is sad, because one of my friends, who I respect greatly, has had clown orgies. And there's no fucking way I'm showing up to a clown orgy. Can you imagine? I'm not lying. No. 12 people, a dozen, all dressed in clown makeup, having sex.
With balloons and horns and a whole circuit.
I'd rather be in a Rob Zombie movie than that shit. No freaking way.
Oh my God. That is like so funny. So that is, I think September is going to be a really insane month. But then we are actually doing a mini getaway. We're actually going to hang out at Cocoa Beach.
Hopefully write up some new content and such.
Yeah, just to, and also like reconnect and really, do the things. Not like 2016 on our road trip from like cross country from Disney World to Disneyland. So this should be much better and much easier. And plus, I'll be playing in the sand and get to use my swimsuits then finally.
Yes. For the first time in 11 years, she has 2-piece bathing suits, which I'm very excited about. And we did a photo shoot last night because in some month coming up, we will be on the cover of a magazine. We're not releasing it yet. But it's coming up in October. And once we do, I assure you'll find out about it. We're so excited. We were invited to be on the cover of a magazine, which means we had to go ahead and spend like a 4-hour photo shoot. That was intense.
It was intense. And unfortunately, they had cats and I didn't take children's Benadryl, so I wouldn't get affected. And I got affected and I had to take an adult Benadryl. And I think I slept until like 12 o'clock today after we got home, because that just knocks me out.
It was great. And I do appreciate the talent to do the photos, but they didn't have the new LED lights. They had the older incandescent lights, the ones you can't touch because they get so hot. So they baked us. It was like being in an easy bake oven.
Yes, and I felt bad for them because they were also sweating up a storm.
Oh, they were.
Yeah, next time
they were doing good stuff.
Yeah, next time we work with the talents, we'll bring our LED lights because we do have that.
Yes,
they're not as
they're
hot.
here.
Yes, can't see that. But always submit your questions to us. We're happy to answer them anonymously on the show. We'll never release your information to anyone. Just to make sure everyone gets the information they need. We like to thank our sponsors, Fairvilla University and the Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness for doing this.
Last plug for the contest. We are giving away a Kink Crate, which if you go to kinkcrate.com or better yet, go to sexpositiveme.com and click on the Kink Crate link. Easiest thing, it's monthly kink. And the kink might be something like bondage or rope. They actually had a kink that was
they had like a unicorn.
They had a unicorn one.
They had the pony play. They had the puppy play. The puppy play you liked a lot.
A lot of stuff behind me has come from Kink Crate. They had one of floggers for impact play once.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it? If you go to sexpositiveme.com, if you sign up for our newsletter before midnight tonight, you go into a contest. Right now, we only have like 15 people in it. Your odds are extremely good, but if you do go ahead and get that, we'll draw a name out of a hat. Basically, you get a free Kink Crate, which normally is what, $50 a month?
60.
$60 a month.
It's $60. But honestly, it's a great value because normally you get anywhere from $75 to $120 worth of toys in there.
Well, if you look behind us, that flogger over here, it was in a Kink Crate. I know they had if you're interested in like a butt plug tail, they had that in one of them. They also had ball gags in one of them.
The mask, the big mask,
the puppy
one,
mask.
Yeah, the one with the zipper.
They had a gimp mask.
They had a gimp mask.
They had a gimp one once.
Oh, and then our Criminal Mind scenes. Yeah.
What they had was, you've heard of like plastic sheets. The problem with plastic sheets is you sweat and you lay on them and they stick to you.
Yeah.
This is like thick. And whatever material it is, it stays on the floor. So
or on the bed.
So
I want to say silicone, but
it's
it's not.
silicone.
I know, but that's how it feels, and it's not like really latexy. But it's so easy to clean up.
It's easy to clean up. You can put it over your bed. If you're a squirter, it's fantastic because you can make a complete mess. None of it penetrates to the bed, so no one has to sleep in the wet spot.
Right.
Again, go to sexpositiveme.com, sign up for the newsletter. We're going to announce the winners next week.
Next week, yes.
Next Monday.
Oh, I know. I can't believe next Monday's already September. It's going to be Labor Day weekend.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. Monday's the 6th. It's Labor Day weekend.
Oh, so wait. Are we going over? We're going to have to talk to our producers, see if we could just broadcast live from Secrets, because that's where we're going to Heather's birthday party. Or Anne's birthday party. Shit, so many people's names.
So,
yeah.
SDC people, would you like to go ahead and see Secrets Hideaway Resort? I know you've been thinking of going there because they advertise. It is one of 2 resorts in this country where they can, Where they can,
What?
I'm in.
My producer's in.
Yeah, but DC, we got to work out the technology part, but we can't stream it to Facebook or YouTube.
He can do it. We just do it off of our phone.
Yeah, but can we just black screen Facebook and YouTube so they could hear the audio but can't see? SDC, we're allowing them to see. It's like, hey, here's all the naked people.
We can't see naked people. We're not going to show naked people without their permission. That's called illegal, and you know that because we have a lawyer who tells you that.
I think I'm overpaying my lawyer at this moment, though.
You're the one who hired her.
I know.
But we may be doing it from a room at Secret. So we'll do a little broadcast from out there. We can't promise it's going to be the full hour. But if you haven't been to Secrets Resort, it is a little south of Disney. And it is you can go fully nude and fuck by the pool swinger resort.
Yes, it's a swinger resort. So, yes.
It's a lot of fun. We've been going there for many years.
Many years. So, yeah. And then this weekend, we're going to our bi party, our monthly bi party. We're finally in town. It's been like 3 months since we've gone because we've been traveling out of town. And it's like the travels have been fantastic. I can't complain. I love it. So,
well, for a bi party, to give you an idea, it is a party where all members there are bi. So they're looking for bi couples, both men and women. And You don't have to play by any means. I mean, no one's going to force you to.
Right.
However, it is a place. What I like is about 10 o'clock. They open doors at 8.
Yep.
At 10 o'clock, they do go ahead and do a round robin of everyone introducing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm John. This is Angelique, yada, yada, yada.
We're looking
for a woman. We're looking for a man. We're looking for a couple. Whatever we want to do. We're into BDSM, whatever. And then at 10 o'clock, it's like, okay. And the playrooms open up and go have fun. They do have some BDSM equipment. Mm-hmm. They have a pool. They actually have a tree house. If you want to go climb a tree house and have sex up in there.
And then they have hot tubs too, and the playrooms and private rooms if you want to. But I mean, it's been getting really big. We've had like 30 couples the last couple of times.
Yes, at least.
Yeah, and everyone was bi. And there's a few single guys, well respected, well great. It's like they almost seem like our friends. It's like, hey, how's it going? Da-da-da, you know.
Well, they are
like,
friends, but they limit the single guys. In all honesty, there's only 3 or 4. And that's it. So 3 or 4 out of 60 people will be single. All the rest are couples. So the odds here are pretty good. And occasionally there's even a unicorn. Not that unicorn.
No,
a single female unicorn.
No. This unicorn will not be going and leaving outside the house. No. It's like Alberto will only travel when needed. I mean, one of his favorite songs is Lady Gaga's Alejandro. So it's like good dancing music. So it's like been adding it to my track, so can do. But yeah, no, the party is gonna be great because actually we're bringing our little unicorn with us. I forgot her name now.
Anne?
No, the one that lives in our little guest room for this. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. We have a little.
We have a roommate temporarily.
Yeah, temporary displaced
because
person.
We have an extra room, and you're helping out friends who get on hard times.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We always do that. We always help out. Of course
you do.
It's kind of deal. It's just we believe in karma. Whatever we put out, we bring back. I have no idea.
Yeah, I know. I know it's more good. Haters. The good news is the owners of SDC invited us.
Yeah,
it's called a radio show. So anyway,
it's content. It's all content and education. So
I don't know about you, but I'm out of content and I'm hungry.
You're hungry there.
So are you hungry?
We're getting there. We have 3 minutes left on the show.
3 minutes left.
Yes. So that's what I was saying. We had the bi party. We have Halloween Horror Nights this weekend. Then we have Anne's birthday party. And then we're back on Monday we'll be broadcasting from Secrets.
And then we turn around and go straight up to Atlanta for Sex Down South.
Sex Down South.
Now, to give an idea, though, I'll just bring up briefly, there is this concern about COVID. We are both vaccinated. We are both careful. We wear our mask when out in public. But what's nice is a lot of these swinger, well, at least when we went to New Orleans, Naughty in New Orleans, to get into playrooms, you do have to be vaccinated.
Right.
And that's just the way it is. If you don't believe in it, I'm very sorry. This is the way the laws are to make everyone feel comfortable. And sex is, we really did some good connections.
We made a lot of good connections there. So, I mean, even the Department of Health from Louisiana was at not in New Orleans to say, hey, just be vaccinated in the playrooms. And it was a great time. I mean, I love all the information, the infographics that go like events that require vaccination versus events that don't and what the downfall is. And it's science, people. It's just science, but be safe. But we're Florida. We have a crazy governor and everything's going to be open. So we have to be responsible for ourselves, and that's what we need to do. It's just ask the questions, like we do with our STIs and STS. It's like, hey, I tested negative. Everything's all good. So now we have to add COVID.
Look, COVID's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
And you can only go for so long without a party like this. I'm joking. But we are going to venture out. We are going to try to stay safe. We know it's a risk. We have had friends that are vaccinated who have gotten COVID. And the good news is it was very light. It took a day or two. They're better. They didn't have to go to a hospital. They ran a fever for a little while and came back. So if you are going to an event, again, most of the events we go to are either on the East Coast or at least to the South.
Right.
We don't get up to Portland a whole lot or that area, but there's events going on all over the country. Again, internationally, ask them, what's your policy? If it's a concern, ask them. And if truthfully they're not requiring vaccinations and you're not comfortable with it, just don't go. There's going to be another one.
There's always going to be another one.
Come down to visit us in Florida.
Florida doesn't care. But we care and we love you. Thank you for spending your Monday night with us, and we'll see you next week. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye. You're going to attack me with the unicorn. That unicorn is a lot. I'm putting up with the unicorn. It cannot allow attack me. Bye.
You've been trying to kidnap it and tie it up. No.
Well, it represents something.
Yes, and you're not doing that.
Bye, SDC.
Bye.